So is Kevin Love ever going to get traded, or is he just going to be in Cleveland and that's that for the next 3 years? Well, the fears with him are the age, injury stuff, and also probably some fear that his game just isn't going to be that awesome in a little bit. I mean, I don't know. His three-point shooting is pretty legit. 37% on 7 a game. I feel like if you paired him up with a really good point guard or ball handler or whatever, he could be pretty good. So I went through the league a little bit, and I found more than I thought I was going to find for potential things, but even then, this is me not really believing some of these, and also I had to pull some sign and trades out of my ass. So, I mean, it's not great for Kevin Love. Like, the first one I thought of was like a team that would actually want him, which would have to be a team that wants to get better immediately, whether that's going from like being a non-playoff team to making a little bit more sense as a team or trying to get into contention, that sort of thing. Anyway, I thought of Houston first. Okay, I figure, okay, Kevin Love's game could actually make sense for them, that sort of thing. The only thing I could think of is a loophole in which they would do a sign and trade with like Tyson Chandler and give him more money, and then you would have non-guaranteed years on the contract, plus Eric Gordon's contract to make the money work. And then Houston would give up their, I believe it's their 2022 first rounder. Yeah, I think that's the one that they can move, because 2024 is owed to OKC, which kind of puts the 2023 pick in limbo. That's all I could think of for them. Real quick, in case you didn't know, because I didn't know this, on a sign and trade, it has to be at minimum a 3-year contract with the first year guaranteed, so you could have like options for at least the third year, definitely. So if anything, you can basically sign a guy to a 2-year. That's not a great return for Cleveland. Like, they wouldn't be too psyched about it, but they'd get a pick in 2022. They'd have to deal with Eric Gordon's contract, so I get it. It's not a great move, but that's kind of where we're at with Kevin Love. There's another sign and trade for you. It would be Whiteside, sign and trade, and then Ariza's 1-year contract. I think the Blazers would have to accept his non-guaranteed option in order to make this work, I believe. And so then that money would go to Cleveland, and the Blazers could also send like a pick, and then Kevin Love could come to Portland. The idea there is mainly that the Cavs get out of the money faster, because unlike the Houston deal, Ariza is on a 1-year. So you'd be out of the money quicker, but you wouldn't really get any players to be excited about in the move, and also you would now have another center to deal with for a little bit. And the idea for Portland is they get Kevin Love, and there you go. That's pretty obvious. Play off of Dame and CJ and all that. I guess if I could find a non-sign and trade, maybe if the Kings just wanted to trade Harrison Barnes for Kevin Love, basically straight up, with the idea being Kevin Love's a little more dynamic of an offensive player, and for Cleveland, Harrison Barnes is a little younger than Kevin Love and just fits in with where they're going a little bit more. That's definitely a drop-off defensively for Sacktown, but maybe they would just be desperate enough for some sort of a shakeup, you know? Another straight-up move that I don't think would happen, Kevin Love for Blake Griffin. Basically, the Pistons just getting a guy who they could feel a little more confident in that he's going to be healthy, and the Cavs get a guy who's on a slightly shorter contract. I did find a way to get the Knicks involved. It would be Julius Randle plus take your pick of Taj Gibson, Bobby Portis, whatever the hell. It gets the Knicks some more shooting, and that's basically it. I mean, just open the floor up a little bit. The thing there, though, is that you could get more shooting without making a big move like that one, you know? The Charlotte Hornets, basically straight up for Nick Batum. If the Hornets were just desperate, I mean, if I was the Hornets, I would just let Batum's money run out, but if you just were like, well, we're never really going to have a free agent and that type of thing, well, we could trade for Kevin Love. And for Cleveland, they'd get out of the money in one season. That'd be an amazing move for the Cavs. There's also an Aaron Gordon plus money type of thing, where with the Magic, you know, they're another team where they want to be good right now. They need more shooting. And Cleveland would get Aaron Gordon. And there you go. It would have to be like a Minu's contract or something to make it work. Would I do that if I was Orlando? Probably not. I mean, I'd be okay with trading Aaron Gordon, but I wouldn't do it for all of Kevin Love's money. But you never know with these NBA teams, man. I also want to talk about the Nets, because if there's any team that's going to make a kind of win right now move, could be them, especially for a guy who played with Kyrie, which might matter. I don't know if they would trade DeAndre Jordan's contract, because DeAndre, he might be in the position now where if you trade him, then KD and Kyrie don't like you, and you might not want that. But then Karis LeVert gets interesting. Now, I certainly wouldn't want to trade Karis LeVert if I was the Nets, especially not for Kevin Love, but I'm not them. But Sean Marks, I would think he wouldn't want to do that, but his team's chemistry and the objective of the front office has changed drastically pretty fast, so maybe that's the type of thing you just like kind of be pressured into doing. That'd be amazing for Cleveland, and I think Taurean Prince would have to be in the move as well. You get like 2 mid-20-year-olds if you're the Cavs. Again, I don't really think I would do a lot of these moves if I was the team that was taking on Kevin Love, but we're spitballing here, man. I guess Denver is also interesting. I know Bleacher Report had a Denver idea that I didn't like yesterday, but I don't know where the move is, you know? Like, the idea could be that Jeremy Grant is coming in to replace Millsap at the 4 spot, and he can be the defensive player, and yeah, you got Kevin Love and Jokic, but you could kind of still be good enough defensively, but I don't know what the move is. It doesn't jump out at me. Like, Gary Harris is probably moving, and I don't even know if the Nuggets would want to trade him, even if he hasn't been as great on offense. So yeah, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to find some Kevin Love trade in the midst of there not really being an obvious Kevin Love trade. I don't know. I even thought of one for the Clippers of like a Marcus Morris sign and trade, but then it would require like Patrick Beverley probably moving, and I don't think they'd want to do that. I mean, if you try hard enough, you can probably find something for some teams, but you know, there's a chance that Kevin Love's just in Cleveland, and we don't really see him on another contender or just a different team in general. Who knows? Maybe if we wait another season, he proves that he's still healthy, can still play. Then he's on a 2-year contract. Maybe at that point it wouldn't be as wild, but 3 years left. Just last season he only played 20-some games. Still a little tough. But you never know. You never know with this NBA thing.